So getting back to all these energies are flowing to us through these nesting dolls to our here and now reality for us to navigate. So when there's an energy that is moving backwards, we need to accommodate that energy, give it a harmonious place in our lives while it's happening. So whether you go by Vedic or Western doesn't matter, because when you look up in the night sky, Mercury is moving backwards. Okay. So, what you can do is look at the chart that you have for yourself that you resonate with, Vedic or tropical, yeah, tropical, uh, and see where your placement is of Mercury. Now, if your Mercury is like the ruler of your entire chart, then this is more about that means that your rising sign is ruled by Mercury. So what that means is looking at how you reflecting on how you present yourself to the world. How do you engage in this world? Reflecting on that, journaling on that, maybe doing some poetry, writing some song, or making some art about reflections on that. That would be a way to give this energy flow a harmonious place to go. What's important is that you're aligning your creativity with the energy flow. You can really grow and deepen by doing that. You can flesh out things from your that have been hidden in your subconscious by doing that. Now, my Mercury in Western astrology is in the seventh house, which is all about committed relationships. So, of course, so what I'm doing for me personally is just reflecting on where I'm at in my committed relationships. So that could be family, that's friends, that's commitments to certain groups of people, organizations, stuff like this. And I spend now Mercury just went into its official retrograde. So it's my intention to spend time reflecting and going back and taking a closer look at all these energies and feeling into where have I, the whole year since the solstice of last year till now, what's been happening in those stages of my life, and then where I'm at now in relationship to where things are at. Now, if you if I were in a really busy get her done kind of state of mind, this would take a lot of extra bandwidth that I wouldn't have. But because I'm aware of these patterns, I set time in my life to do this. So this is something that I do regularly during this solstice season. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the solstice, this is the winter solstice for the northern hemisphere, which means it's the longest night of the year. And in the lore, this is the time when the old king battles the new king. And the old king dies and the new king rises. So the new king is the new dawn. That is the first light from the first light of dawn from the darkest night of the year. This is the solstice. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, of course, it's the opposite. It's the longest day of the year. So that energy is going to be different, of course. So it's an ideal time to reflect and get clarity, perhaps where you haven't had clarity before, or maybe you've been kind of dragging your feet on deciding where you are in relationship to a situation. Or maybe you've had a lot of ups and downs this year and you are reflecting on the wisdom you've gained from it. Maybe there's some painful things that happened this year. Can you extrapolate the gifts from those painful places? Okay. So, you know, it's a time to take care of yourself, honestly. This is really about managing yourself as a multidimensional human. You're not just your personality, you're not just the roles that you play in the world. You are, uh, you have several levels of yourself within these nesting dolls in action. Okay. And when you're in touch with your multidimensional nature, you really graduate past the idea of manifesting something, and you're really stepping into the life force flow of creating that which is right for you, that is in alignment with your spirit, the reason why you've chosen to incarnate in this biosuit at this time in this realm. Okay. This is people might call it synchronicity, people might call it magic, people, there's some labels for it, but really it's the natural way of being.